feeling more calm and regulated on a daily basis means that you need to be attaching yourself to moments of calm. So then when you get dysregulated, you remember internally, your nervous system remembers what it feels like to be calm. So in this, we're going to spend 10 minutes, we're going to do some movement, some visualization to get you back down into a really calm and easy space. We're actually going to start today by standing up. If you've got an essential oil today, just taking a little bit and placing it into your palm. Otherwise, if you have some fresh herbs from out in the garden or some flowers that you want to crush up between your hands, you can do that too, and it just adds this beautiful sensory element to help you sink back into your body. So just rubbing your hands together with whatever you've got. If you're using anything today, I'm not, because I didn't bring mine with me. Taking a few deep breaths in, maybe closing the eyes, and becoming really aware of all of the sensations within your palms, the warmth that's starting to begin, the friction. And then bringing your hands up over your nose and taking a few really deep inhales all the way down into the belly, and then exhaling out. And as you exhale out, you might like to drop your hands, feeling them as they drop down, almost like you're dropping a weight. And then bringing them back up, breathing in that really beautiful scent. Taking a moment to feel that calmness starting to seep in, and then dropping your hands on the exhale, letting them feel heavy, letting it go. Maybe taking an extra breath there. And doing that one more time. So bringing your hands up, taking one last deep breath in, feeling that calmness and that presence of yourself coming back into your body, and then allowing your hands to drop down, allowing them to swing. And then with your eyes already closed, if not closing them down, bringing all your focus down to your feet. And you might notice that you begin to gently sway backwards and forth or side to side. And all you're doing right now is allowing yourself to see what it, and all you're doing right now is allowing yourself to feel what it's like to be anchored down and to have a really solid foundation. You might feel your shoulders dropping down a little bit more. And if you're still feeling some excess energy and you can't drop in yet, you might like to shake out your hands or flick them out. Remembering to breathe. And we're going to start with some marches. So basically we are just marching out, and when we lift our knee, we're lifting both of our hands and then flicking out your hands as you place your foot back down. And matching that with your breath. So inhale, lifting up, exhale, coming down, inhale, lifting up, exhale, coming down, and just doing that at your own pace. And basically, and you can go as hard as you like. If you've had a really hard, frustrating week, what you're doing is you're expelling all of that emotion that's in your body, because unless you do that, you won't be able to move through it. You can't keep suppressing. It has to go somewhere. Doing that as many times as you need. Thinking about that annoying freaking thing that happened, letting it go, and then allowing your feet to be back into stillness. And we're going to do some arm movements. So by now, hopefully you're feeling a little bit calmer, a little bit more like, okay, yeah, I can do this. Right, let's keep going. So again, opening up your arms with an inhale. And then as you exhale, wrapping your arms down around you and dropping your head, almost like you're giving yourself a bit of a hug. So opening up, lifting the head up even, expanding through the chest as you inhale. And exhale, coming back down, giving yourself a little bit of a hug. Taking an extra breath if you need to reground in that position. That's okay. You're listening to your nervous system. And then when you're ready, taking another deep breath in. Opening, expanding, and then closing back down around you. And again, taking one extra breath while you're here. And we're going to do that one last time. And I want you to really feel into that expansion, almost as if you're finally allowing yourself to open up a little bit more to the possibilities, the calmness, and just what might be. And exhale, letting it go, letting your head hang forward, your arms go floppy or wrap around you, whatever it is that you need. Coming back up to standing, rolling out your shoulders a few times, rolling them back. And noticing how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Whether you feel like your number might be a little bit higher now. 10 being super calm, 1 being really frustrated, really dysregulated. Where do you feel that you might be on that scale? In calmness. And then we're going to come down onto your mat if you've got one, or just down onto your carpet. You can put down a blanket even. And we'll do a little bit of groundwork and some visualization and drop back in. And we're going to start with some EFT tapping. So EFT tapping, we're starting with the karate chop point on your hand. Then we're going to move up to the top of your head, the inside corner of your eye, in between like your bone nose, the nose and your bone, and the corner of your eye, in that place there. Then the outer corner of your eye on that little bony ridge, so not the soft part of your eye, not your temples. There's like the bone there that you can feel for your eye socket. And again, that same bone, but underneath your eye. Then underneath your nose, underneath your lip, between your chin, in that little crease there. And then the next one is your collarbone, just underneath your collarbone. And I'll say these as we're going through. And then about bra strap height around underneath your arm. And then we'll end up back on the karate chop point. So while we're going through these EFT tapping points, just repeating them either internally, quietly to yourself. You might like to even close down your eyes so you can just really feel it moving through your body, noticing when your body maybe contracts and when it goes, yeah, okay, and it releases a little bit more. And it's just really body awareness to help you realize what regulation feels like and when you're starting to spike, because at the end of the day, doing this on repeat will compound over time, and it's going to help you get back to a ground zero of being calm and regulated a lot quicker than if you're not practicing these things, these really subtle changes within your system. So tapping on your karate chop point, I'm ready to release the frustrations of the day and of anything else that's happened over the last little while. I'm starting to feel like I'm really ready to let that go. And then the top of your head, I'm ready to surrender all of the pain and open up to new possibilities within my world. Inside corner of your eye, near your nose. I know that there's more for me out there, and I know that possibilities happen for others. So there's a chance that they can happen for me too. The outer corner of your eye. I'm ready to let go of the stress of the week, of the last few years even, and everything that I've been carrying. I'm ready to come back to myself. Just underneath your eye, I'm deeply ready to come back to myself. Under your nose, above your top lip. I'm ready to see what good things can happen for me. I've experienced enough bad. and enough stress. And now I'm ready to see the good side of life. Underneath your bottom lip, just above your chin, in the crease. I'm slightly excited for what lies ahead. Even if I'm nervous, I'm still slightly excited for the possibilities that might open up. And any fear I have, I let go with an exhale. And then coming to just underneath your collarbone. I'm ready to let go of the stress and come back to myself. I'm ready to let go of the stress and come back to myself, even if it's just for a minute. And then underneath your bra, like underneath your armpit on your bra strap line, I'm worthy of coming back to myself, and I'm ready to remember what calmness feels like in my body. And your karate chop point, I'm ready to remember what calmness feels like in my body. Taking a really deep breath in, allowing your hands to rest. And exhale, feeling your body sink down and come back to center. And maybe keeping your eyes closed, doing that again. So breathing all the way in, feeling that fresh breath of air. And then as you exhale, feel yourself sinking down, all the way down to where your sit bones touch the ground. And just sitting there for a moment with your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine that there's a whiteboard in front of you. And on this whiteboard, you can see all of the mess of your life, whether it's words or pictures or just scribbly mess. However it appears for you is exactly how it's meant to be. And then you'll notice in your right hand that there's an eraser, a cloth for you to wipe it all out. And just seeing now how it feels to rub it out, the stress, the worry, the endless to-do list. And perhaps it even makes you feel a little bit anxious as you're erasing this. Or maybe there's a slight hint of thank goodness. Or maybe a curiosity of, but now what? And as you watch that board become clean and noticing how easily it wants to come off, or if some bits are a little bit stubborn than others, and maybe there's even relationship sectors, cords of attachment from you to others, and the expectation that you need to carry. And just rubbing it all out. And I gently ask you to open your eyes, and I'll get you to lay down, getting yourself into an even comfier position. You might like to pop a bolster underneath your knees, or just keep your knees up and then closing down your eyes again. Seeing that clear whiteboard, allowing your hands to fall to the side. And the whiteboard slowly starts to morph. And now you have the freedom to write or draw on your whiteboard whatever it is that you do want, and maybe you see it come through in pictures and you can see them emerging now, or perhaps you write a list or a brainstorm of all of the things that are going to happen in the next 5 or 10 years of your life, how it is that you're going to feel, the kind of person that you're going to be, what it is that you want to experience, allowing it to be a space of just brain dumping all of the possibilities and all of the possible opportunities and good things. And as you continue to write or draw, notice how your body feels. If there's peace, stillness, perhaps even a slight tingling sensation of excitement. And then when you're done, you just step back from the whiteboard and you might have a slight smile on your face because it looks so much better now. It represents the you that you are moving forward. And it feels like there's space and freedom for the things that you want. And then inside this room where your whiteboard is, you can see other paintings and pictures on the walls. And you decide to step outside just for a moment, opening the door and stepping out, and you can feel the breeze ever so gentle touching your skin as you take a deep breath in, the warmth of the sun beaming down on you. And perhaps you open your arms wide just like we did before, and you lift your head to the sky and just breathe and be grateful. Feel that happiness pulsating right now through every cell of your being, bringing you more joy and more happiness, almost like the sun is recharging you, and your soul now knows that there's more expansion and freedom waiting for you. And in a moment, I'm going to get you to wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into the room. But before we do, imagining yourself standing in a corridor of doors or a room full of doors, and closing every door one by one by one, locking them, closing them, maybe even chaining some if you wish to. Just closing anything that we may have opened today, because your new opportunities await, and the things behind those doors can stay there unless you wish to venture into them at a later date, but not now. And then you go back to feeling the sun on your face, your arms open wide, and that breeze gently kissing your skin, making you feel alive. And taking a deep breath in, wiggling your fingers and toes, gently coming back into the space. And bringing that feeling of freedom and expansion with you. And you might feel free now to journal or draw, or perhaps you actually want to get your physical journal or a pen and paper and write out that list, draw out those things. And when you're getting up, just making sure whenever it is that you're ready that you gently roll to your side and then use your hand to push yourself up, and just supporting your back, particularly if you've had any babies as well. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully you feel 1% calmer, maybe even more. And enjoy the next leg of your journey, and maybe write out that list now and be like, yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready to move forward.